Hey, what's up? It's Liam, back with another quick walkthrough. Today I want to show you exactly how I repurpose a longer YouTube video into engaging short-form content using Vizard. I just uploaded a new long video and now I need a few shorts for both YouTube Shorts and Instagram Reels. So I thought I'd take you through my exact process, showing the little decisions I make and what I like about the final results. If you're in the business of creating content at scale, this is the kind of workflow that genuinely saves you hours every week. Okay, the very first thing I do is log right into the Vizard platform. Once you're logged in, you land on a very clean dashboard. You get a quick overview of your recent projects and any scheduled posts. There's also a big obvious button that says something like Repurpose Video. For this demonstration, I'm going to use the auto-editing viral clips feature. That is Vizard's core function that automatically finds high-impact moments from long videos and turns them into ready-to-post shorts. I click that button and then my next step is simply pasting my YouTube link. So I jump over to my YouTube channel, find the specific video, hit share, and copy the link. Then back in Vizard, I paste that link into the designated upload box. Vizard instantly detects the video and prompts me for a few basic options. It asks for the original language, the desired output length, the aspect ratio, and which style template I want to apply. They offer a bunch of templates covering different text styles, color palettes, and caption behaviors. This lets you match the output perfectly to your channel's established vibe. I usually try out something called the Focus or Bite template for those tighter, punchier shorts. But you can certainly take the time to preview several of the presets available. For this specific run, I select English, set the target to 30 seconds as a starting point, pick a clean template, and then I hit Generate. Vizard will confirm its processing, and usually this takes a few minutes depending on the original video length. Pro tip, this is the perfect time to go grab a coffee because it's actually doing a fair bit of deep analysis. It analyzes scene cuts, finds where the energy spikes, and identifies clear sentence boundaries. Trust me, that intense analysis is absolutely worth the short wait. When the process is finally done, Vizard spits out a few different clip options for review. For my initial run, it gave me 3 distinct 30-second clips to look at. My next step is simply clicking through each one to give it a thorough review. The editing interface itself is pretty slick. You can scrub through the clip easily. You can see the exact timestamps from the original long video right there. It also lets you toggle captions on and off and compare different auto-edits side by side. I watched the first couple of clips, and to be honest, they were okay, but definitely not perfect. The second one had a fantastic hook, but it missed a crucial follow-up line that made the entire point land, so the cadence felt slightly off. One feature I really appreciate is that you can keep generating alternatives until you find that one version that perfectly clicks. I didn't just stop after those first 3 results. I changed the output length to 60 seconds for one pass. I tried a completely different template for another version. And then I reran a couple of them with a more aggressive clip selection algorithm. And that experimentation really paid off because the 4th version I made had a far better hook and the pacing felt incredibly natural. It only took a few more clicks and another couple of minutes of processing time to nail it. Now, just so you know, I also tested a few other tools while I was doing my research for this comparison. Caption AI is definitely one of them. It's very fast, and it does a decent job at spotting caption-worthy lines. The main downside there is that Caption AI treats editing as more of a one-shot generator. You get a finished clip that you can download, but there isn't a ton of fine-tune editing inside the tool itself. If you want to tweak a specific timestamp or change the caption style, you often have to export and move to another editor. Then there is Descript, which I happen to like a lot, but for a slightly different reason. Descript is basically a full-on video editor that operates entirely transcript first. It gives you granular control over cut points, captions, and audio cleanup, which is powerful for precise crafting. It's great if you want to stitch several clips together with extremely precise timing or add custom effects. However, it is also more manual and frankly a little more time-consuming. And depending on your subscription plan, it can get pretty pricey if you want a lot of exports or cloud rendering. So Descript is amazing if you need that total granular control. Vizard, on the other hand, is better when you want to automate the heavy lifting and still get strong, immediately postable results. Tools like DiggyScript or some of the older repurposing apps will give you something usable too. But I found them to be less intelligent about picking the truly viral moments from your content. They sometimes yank out a random mid-sentence moment or completely miss the context, which makes the short feel very choppy. That's where Vizard really feels smarter in comparison. It tends to find those moments where the audio and visual energy line up perfectly. And as a bonus, the default captioning it generates looks cleaner right out of the gate. Now let's jump back to Vizard. Once I find a clip I like, there are a bunch of next steps available. You can, of course, download the clip and do any final editing in Premiere or CapCut if you prefer. But one major reason I'm leaning more heavily on Vizard lately is the built-in content calendar and auto-schedule features. After I pick my final preferred clip, I can drop it right into that calendar view. I set the posting frequency, choose my desired platforms like Shorts, Reels, or TikTok, and then I just let the AI auto-schedule everything. For creators trying to maintain consistent posting without constantly babysitting every single upload, this feature is a game changer. It truly is a set-it-and-forget-it mechanism, complete with the ability to preview how the post will look on each specific platform. I also really value that the content calendar acts as a single source of truth to manage everything in one spot. You can easily see what's scheduled, reschedule something, add final captions, or even swap in a different clip if you change your mind. That centralized control feels infinitely better than juggling multiple files and performing manual uploads. Alright, let's talk about a couple of minor nitpicks I have about the platform. While Vizard's auto-editing is excellent overall, it is definitely not flawless. Sometimes the AI will select a clip that really needs just a tiny bit of context at the very beginning. A simple one-line intro would help that short land so much better with a new audience. You can fix this by regenerating with different length parameters or just manually trimming a fraction of a second, but it's something you need to watch out for. Also, the creative templates are strong, but they have their limits. If you're the type of creator who demands custom animated intros or extremely bespoke motion graphics, you'll still need something heavier. For that heavy-duty post-production work, you'll rely on something like After Effects or Descript. One hybrid workflow I really like is letting Vizard do the heavy lifting to find the viral moments and generate solid drafts. Then I pull the best one into Descript or CapCut for just one final tiny polish pass if I feel it's needed. But honestly, for about 80% of the shorts I publish, Vizard's raw outputs are good enough straight out of the box. They come with clean captions, decent color presets, and are auto-cropped perfectly for mobile viewing. And crucially, the caption timing is almost always spot on. A feature that genuinely surprised me was Vizard's multi-clip generation capability for series content. I uploaded a single 20-minute podcast episode into the system. Within one session, Vizard suggested a half-dozen high-energy, short-form clips ranging from 15 to 60 seconds. I quickly picked 3 that really represented the core of that episode. I scheduled those 3 clips across the upcoming week and just let the auto-schedule handle the posting. That one single session turned one long piece of content into a full week's worth of shorts without me having to micromanage anything. So what is the ultimate bottom line for all of this? If you want a tool that automates most of the repetitive grunt work, it is a really efficient option. It finds the good parts, formats them perfectly for different socials, and helps you schedule them all. Compared to Caption AI, Vizard gives you more necessary editing control and a superior scheduling workflow. Compared to Descript, Vizard is generally faster and far more automated, though Descript still wins for hyper-precise manual edits. And against older repurposing tools, Vizard tends to pick more natural, contextual clips that actually feel curated. If you want to try this platform out for yourself, I'll drop a link for you in the description so you can poke around. Make sure you play with different templates and lengths right away. Don't just stop at the very first batch Vizard gives you. I usually generate multiple times and tweak the settings until something just feels completely right. Also, if maintaining multi-platform consistency is your goal, absolutely use that content calendar. It seriously makes scaling your weekly content so much less painful to manage. Alright, that wraps up my full walkthrough of the process. I ended up choosing one of the Vizard-generated clips as my final shorts pick. It had that strong hook, those clean captions, and the pacing just felt completely natural for the format. I also compared it against the Descript short and the Caption AI short that I made earlier. They each absolutely have their place depending on what you need to achieve. But for straight-up, efficient repurposing with minimal fuss, Vizard is my current go-to solution. If you end up testing these tools, tell me in the comments which one worked best for your workflow. Also, let me know which of the comparison shorts you actually thought performed better. Go check my channel under the Shorts tab to see the actual examples I mentioned. There's one created purely in Descript and another one created entirely in Vizard for you to judge. If this walkthrough was helpful to you today, please hit that like button. And subscribe if you want to see more workflow tips and content automation strategies. I'll catch you all in the very next one. Peace out!